Right, HMS Gannet, 1878. Built in 1878 in the River Medway at the HMS Dockyard. A composite constructed hull is built with teak planking on iron frames, and she was powered by both sail and steam. She's a very handsome ship. Right, let's go and have a walk on board. I wanted to go on this ship. I mean, HMS Victory in Portsmouth is a fantastic ship, don't get me wrong, but I always quite like the looks of like sloops and frigates, the smaller vessels. And this is the nearest one to me. I think there's a frigate in Hartlepool, but that's not exactly a day trip for me from where I live. Maybe one day. You're free to wander around the ship as you please. So let's get on board. Welcome on board HMS Gannet. It's a lot smaller than Victory, that's for certain. Those were steep stairs. Wasn't too sure of the chain railing. Primitive multi-shotgun. No idea what it's called, don't ask. There's HMS Ocelot and can't remember its name now. The destroyer. Go on that in a minute. I'm just going to pause the video here whilst I go downstairs. £64-pounder RML gun. HMS Gannet was heavily armed, 2 5-inch propulsion guns, were mounted on the poop deck, stern, whilst 2 7-inch rifled muzzle-loading guns and 3 64-pounder RML guns were located on her main deck, including this one in the forecastle. These guns fired a shell, 64 pounds in weight. Effective range of nearly 3 miles. There we go. And that's the 64-pounder rifled muzzleloader. So different. So I'm guessing they'd swing it out from one of these hatches on either side. But yeah, you got the position to swing it around on the floors. Rifled muzzleloader. That must have been a pain to load. You can see your timber hole now on the iron frame. Let's go to the rear. The commander's cabin. It's quite bare in here. A lot more room compared to the rest of the crew. Quite a nice view now. I'll give it its due. That's just weird. HMS Gannet was powered by both sail and steam. To prevent drag whilst under sail, her propeller was lifted out of the water into trunking within the commander's cabin. And that's what this hold is about. Wonder what it was. Be sleeping cabin. Desk. It's like a mask going straight through the desk. go downstairs. We'll go to the front to go downstairs into the ship's hull. To descend. Yep, stereotypically steep. Right, let's go. And yes, it has just started raining whilst I'm here. Ooh, there we go. Forward mess. Most of the crew slept in hammocks slung fore and aft between the ships and the beams. In Victorian times, the ship's forward messes were home to the boy sailors. They slept apart from the older seamen. Fair enough. It's quite a low ceiling on this ship. I mean, I've got enough headroom, but for anyone taller than me, especially if you're 6 foot or something, I'd watch your head when walking down here. This would have been where the old boiler room was. It's a shame they haven't got any sort of defunct machinery in here. Composite construction. Boilers removed and the ship's structure is now clearly visible. Large iron frames with 2 layers of teak planking. Yeah, I think HMS Warrior's built like that. You can hear people on the deck above, that's bizarre. The ship's Humphrey and Tennant 2-cylinder steam engine filled this space. It powered a single shaft that drove a 13-foot 1-inch diameter Griffiths lifting screw propeller. Max speed under steam was 12.5 knots. She was 2.5 knots faster under sail. Fair enough. And that's it really. There's not a lot of room to see in HMS Gannet, unfortunately. I was hoping it'd be more well, artefacts really. You know, more equipment still in place and stuff, but yeah. I guess it's only a small ship.